Today's video is brought to you by PFERD. G'day guys, Dr. Rove here. Okay, today just a really quick video. I am going to pit up some PFERD cutting discs and grinding stuff up against 3M's equivalent. Now I've been planning on doing this for quite a while, but just haven't had the time, and even though it's not wrapped, I broke my hand a couple of weeks ago, so that's kept me out of the workshop. So hopefully the hand doesn't give me too much grief today. We're just going to use my 5-inch grinder, and what I've done is I've set up on here marked out lines. They're all the same. We're going to cut to a depth of 1/2 inch on each. I'm going to use the 3M Cubitron to cut, and then I'm going to use the PFERD Steel-Inox discs, which is good for steel and stainless. So we'll be using them for the cutting. Then we're going to move across to grinding, cutting to grind these down to nothing. All of this stuff's going to be timed. So the depth cut here will be timed, these will be timed. I'm going to grind them down so there's nothing left. Then we're going to roll this over, and the pretty heavy corrosion is quite pitted. So we're going to go to some flexi discs. That's the 3M one, and this is the PFERD one. These are amazing. This will make light work of these steel bars. It'll chew through them like they're not even there. So we're going to basically put them up side by side, do exactly the same thing for each of them. We'll see what, if there is any, we'll see what the time difference is, and we'll look at the quality of the finish and stuff like that. I'll be taking notice of everything from the wear and tear on the discs themselves. I know some of these flex discs, I've used some cheaper ones in the past, and they're horrendous, absolutely terrible. They tend to fly apart, and that's not good for anybody. I have not used the 3M cutting discs. I use the PFERD ones. These are absolutely amazing. Super thin cut, like a knife through butter. Like, it's just really, really, really a joy to cut stuff with these. So we'll do that. Test the 3M ones. The thickness of the discs is the same on each. So this cutting disc is the same as the PFERD one. The flex disc is the same, exactly the same. And if I've got time, I am going to test out PFERD's new aluminium cutoff wheels. They look like a normal cutoff wheel, but apparently they don't gall up, and they don't need any kind of lubrication or anything like that. So I've heard good things. So I don't use a lot of aluminium, but I do use it. So, and I've always found it's a nightmare to cut. If I use my bandsaw, it gums up my bandsaw. If I try and use a grinder, it just makes a mess. It really does. I mentioned in a previous video that PFERD color code their discs for easy reference. So this Steel-Inox one, which is the steel and stainless steel, at the bottom it's black and blue, and on the aluminium one, surprise, surprise, it's silver. So I think, for me, I think that's a great idea. It's something that's really simple, and it wasn't hard for them to do. It was just printing the label that goes on the discs anyway. But when you're looking through your drawers and boxes and stuff like that, trying to find the disc that you want, and they all just look like 3M's one, black, with a cheap looking label on it, you know, you've got to read the damn thing to see what it is. Yeah, so having something that's a quick reference, fantastic. So yeah, all right, well, let's get to it. No stuffing around today. It's just, like I said, it's going to be short and sweet. So let's get on with it.
Okay guys, so this is the 3M cutoff disc. Okay, we're going to cut this one. I am going to time this. We'll time each cut, see how long it takes. We'll also check the wear and tear on the disc. So let's and let's get going. Okay, first cut's done. It took bang on 1 minute, which isn't too bad. It seems to cut pretty well. No real noticeable signs of chipping or wearing or anything like that. One thing I found with cheaper discs that you buy, say from eBay, you buy those bulk packs, come with 100 discs in a box. The slightest upset while cutting, I found that they tend to fragment and chip. I've even had them explode and fly all over the workshop. So far so good for 3M. Now what I'm going to do is just jump across to this one here, which is also another 3M one. I'm going to use the same disc. We're going to cut to the 1/2 inch depth again. I'm going to see if there's a time difference. If there's not, well that's great. If there is, then we'll find the midpoint between the two. Okay, so it was pretty much the same time, same length of time. Cutting was exactly the same. Unfortunately, I knocked the switch and it killed it halfway through, so I am actually going to do it again, the third one, and this time I won't screw it up. And there we go. Again, 1 minute, 1 minute 2 seconds seems to be pretty spot on each time, which is good. The thickness of the cut, I don't. Maybe it's just me, but pretty sure the PFERD disc cut a thinner cut. So, okay, so we're going to be using this. Okay, it's a fantastic cutting disc. I know some of the stuff that I say will come across as biased, but honestly, I rant and rave about these products not because I get them for free or because I'm sponsored or any of that stuff. I rant about them because they're awesome. So trust me, I mean, I don't yeah, don't worry about it, fuck, forget it. Okay, so let's cut this. Okay, so we'll start with the first one. Thirty seconds. Same depth, same cutting, same everything, half the time. Now, let's do that again. Again, 30 seconds. I don't think there's any point doing the third one. It's having a look at these cuts, and you can see first one's 3M. You can sort of see the width of that cut. I'm moving across to the PFERD cut, and PFERD's is slightly narrower, but it's clean. It's very clean. And then moving across again to the 3M one, see it's a little bit wider. And then moving over to this one, which is the PFERD one. And again, slightly thinner, same depth of cut. They're all 1/2 inch deep. Beautiful. Okay, so round one goes to PFERD. There's no editing in this stuff, so when you see me cutting, I'm cutting, and you can time it yourself. I'm not fast forwarding, I'm not time lapsing or any of that stuff, so it'll speak for itself. Looking at the disc, and the thing looks like it just came out of the box. It's not even scuffed. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take this off. We're going to put on this Cubitron 2. Okay, there's a flexi discs. Okay, so this one's the 3M post, this is the PFERD post. So we're going to, okay, sorry about that. Alright, so I'm going to record this as well, and the times. So we'll run a stopwatch for this as well. Now, using the 3M flex disc first on this one, we'll just keep going and see how we do for time. Stopwatch, reset, start. So 2 minutes 13. So that's pretty damn good, to be honest. Okay, so this is the PFERD equivalent of the 3M disc that we just used. Excuse me while I just throw on some gloves. I'm getting metal shards in my fingers. Okay, so let's reset that. And start. Wow. Even with my late start, we still ground that down in under a minute. less than 60 seconds. That is incredible. Now, with the cutoff discs, I couldn't really feel any difference in the performance of the disc. It didn't have any noticeable difference. These, however, this one cuts beautifully, the Cubitron. Now, the issue, it kind of felt like it was lagging a little bit. That's why I was rocking back and forward to help get it down faster. This guy, the PFERD one, it just chewed its way through it like it was nothing. It was quite remarkable, actually. I saw a video that PFERD released a few months back of a similar test, except they were, I believe they were stainless bolts, and it just chewed through them super fast. And I was impressed by that. But now that I've actually seen it firsthand and felt it, I have to say it's pretty damn incredible. I have never used any kind of grinding disc or sanding disc that comes anywhere close to the kind of damage this thing can do. I mean, for stock removal and stuff like that, this thing's incredible. As for wear and tear, they both look pretty similar. The third one looks a little worse for wear, but that's simply the color, I think. Looking at the grain itself, none of them are broken. That's just discolored a little. And the same with the 3M one, it's got that same sort of discoloration. None of the grain are really broken. There's a few around the outside edge where you can see they've chipped off. But that's what they're designed to do. The grain on these type of discs, they're designed to shatter and fragment, and that way it's sort of renewing that grain to a new sharp edge after it breaks. So can't fault either of them. You know, the 3M disc, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. The third one, I'd definitely give it 10 out of 10. I mean, it's flawless. Really is flawless. Again, with the cutoffs, the 3M versus the third one, the quality of the cut on the third one was slightly better. It's also slightly thinner. So again, I'd say it does have a little bit of chattering around here. So I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for 3M, and well, no surprise, 10 out of 10 for the PFERD cutoff disc. All right, so next step, we're going to use the same discs, except on this side what we're going to do is we are going to cut back all the rust and try and smooth out some of this pitting. There's a lot of corrosion on this. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera very well, but it's very substantial. Once the oxide comes off, you'll be able to see exactly how pitted it is. So, all right, so we'll do the 3M one first, which is this side, and yeah, see how we go. Okay, so 3M disc. I'll take the corrosion off on this side. We are going to time it, and off we go.
1 minute 38, which is pretty impressive. This rust is no joke. It's very very unfriendly. It doesn't want to come off very easily, and I'm sure you saw exactly how deep the pitting is. Okay, same PFERD disc again. These discs last forever too. They even when they're super worn and it looks like there's no grain left or anything, they still do a fairly decent job. Okay, reset and seconds. 36 again. We cut the time in half. So I don't know how well you can see that, but the finish is still good. Quite deep with the scratches though. The 3M one has some finer scratches. I think the grain on the 3M disc is a little less aggressive than the PFERD one, but I mean there's no contest. You saw how quickly then I just tore all that rust off, all that pitting's gone, you know, and then if you've only got to deal with these scratches to get a nice finish, then you know your job's half done. So now just to as a quick demonstration, this disc's already chewed that off and that post and everything else. Now this is solid mild steel. I'm just going to chew away at this corner. No timing, no nothing, but I'm just going to chew away at it and see how quickly I can take that corner off. I mean, it just shoots through the steel like it's, you know, like it's made out of timber. It just effortless, you know. I'm not pushing hard, I'm not, you know, causing any excessive wear to the disc by forcing it to do it faster. It's just the weight of the grinder on the surface, and it's just, wow. I mean, what else can I say? It's pretty damn outstanding. Now, PFERD sent me these last week, which are some new aluminium cutoff wheels. So I'm going to have a dig around the workshop and see if I can find a slab of aluminium, and we'll cut it, see how these things go. Okay, so unfortunately this is the only aluminium I could find, solid bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice off stuff off the end, and we'll see how it goes. Wow, that's really nice. It's
super clean, no galling, no gumming up, none of the usual stuff. So, if as it's cutting, it's making the finest chips. Unlike the larger chips off the steel, this stuff's almost like talc. Very fine. That's very hot. So it actually took a little longer to go through than I thought. But you saw me sort of rocking back and forward. That wasn't me pushing through, that was me playing, because it almost feels like the grinder was floating, not actually attached to the work. Almost like sliding a bit of steel on another bit of steel that's got oil all over it. It's very hard to explain, but anyway, I'm going to cut it again. Okay, so you can see a little bit of transfer from the aluminium powder, but the disc itself is awesome. The aluminium itself is awesome. It's got no accumulation, no galling, no nothing. Okay guys, so as I said, it was going to be a short video, and short it was. I must say the results of this test surprised me. I was fairly confident going in that PFERD's cutoff wheels and their grinding stuff, I know what it's like. I've used them for a while, and I know how good they are, but I didn't foresee such a stark contrast between the Cubitron and PFERD. Yeah, I mean, I can't say a bad word about it. So if you're looking for some better quality grinding stuff, I strongly suggest that you look for your local PFERD retailer and get your hands on some. They do sell large packages of the grinding wheels. I will show you at the end of this video some of the stuff that you can buy from PFERD, some of the kits. You can buy a bucket of these things and even a backpack full of them. So yeah, check them out. It's worth looking at. As for price difference, I can't really comment. I don't know what the retail price is for the PFERD disc. I know the 3M stuff is not cheap. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the price would be pretty comparable to 3M. I couldn't see it being much dearer. If anything, it's probably cheaper. But yeah, so look,
it is what it is. I didn't cut any corners and I didn't cheat, so you can see everything in real time in this video. Yeah, I mean, I've ranted and raved about how awesome these things are from the very first day I started using them, and I really think that it's an incredible product. It really is. And like I said earlier, this isn't about a sales pitch, and this isn't me just running my mouth because they're a sponsor or something like that. I'm telling you about this because the stuff's awesome. And unfortunately, in the knife making world, I mean, you guys, if you make knives and you're serious about it, you're probably more than aware that, you know, brands like Combat Abrasives, for example, are cornering the market with their belts. PFERD supplies my belts, all the ones you can see behind me, and their belts are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Before that, I used to use Norton Blaze, and by comparison, it's chalk and cheese. It really is. They're not even close. Not even close. The PFERD belts last way longer. They cut way better. And I mean, when you're hogging out material, you know, the 30 grits and 40 grits belts, they just destroy material. They just rip it out of there, which is great if you're in a hurry, and I'm always in a hurry. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. As I said, it was only going to be a short video, so I'm not going to keep rambling on. If you have any questions or anything, please give me a yell. If there's anything you want to see, also leave a comment or get in contact with me and tell me what you want to see, and I'll do my best to make it happen. Yeah, so anyway, guys, that's it, and until next time, take it easy and have a nice day.